other specialized websites like Myntra, Ajio, Nykaa, and Tata Click. All these websites are there wherein things can be listed and the good numbers can be generated. But the problem is that there are two segments of e-commerce marketplaces in India. One is Amazon, Flipkart, which are open marketplaces wherein you just have a GST number, you register your company there, and you start listing and start selling. And then the other ones are closed marketplaces. It's not like you have a GST number and you can just start selling. You need to first introduce your product to the category team. The category team will evaluate the product. They'll make a conscious decision whether they'll be able to justify this product category or not, or this brand or not, and then only they'll take the brand on board. Okay. Post brand onboarding, they'll do a lot of training with the sellers to teach them to how to use their seller panels and how to promote their products on their website, or how to do the category listing, the cataloging, all those stuff. Because once they feel the seller is prepared to list the product, then only they allow the seller to list the product there, go live. Okay. The product coming back to the seller would be minimal. Okay. So the more better the content, the more better the product quality images, the lesser chances that the product will come back to you. Okay. So in India, the return rate is still as high as 70%. 70%? Yeah, in certain categories. Okay. Wherein if you talk about international markets like US and Europe and other markets, wherein the return rate is even less than 30%, 20%. Because the sellers there have really gone through it and they have really made that whatever the product is with them, it's actually, they have been tried to describe the best on the online so that the customer find it too close to the actual product and they buy it. So say I'm doing a brand, I've just started a sunglass brand, and without spending a single money in the marketing, we have been doing at least 100, 125 pieces per month, which is just organic business, and which is fantastic. And our average ticket selling price is around 4,500 rupees. It's fantastic for a brand which has just come to India. Nobody knows about it.
But it's an international
brand. Nobody knows about it, and organically we are selling at least 100, 150 numbers in a month, which is itself, it's a great achievement, and the numbers is increasing month on month. So it's just an organic growth. And once the product is cataloged there on the website, then obviously we can put some amount of money and then probably depend on how deep the pockets are of the brand, and then we can promote it within the website itself. Point is, as I told you, that all these fashion marketplaces are closed marketplaces. To register a new brand, the gestation period is around 6 months to 1 year. And after that also I'm not sure that you'll get a call to register your brand or not, until and unless they see something very, very unique in your brand. But since I am already a reseller there, I have good relationship with the category team there, and I know how to make a brand entry quickly. So probably with me it would be quickly, it would be little faster. But still, there are a lot of times they have rejected my brands also. So because they want to justify their category, they want to justify the revenue which they can generate from a brand. जो कैटेगरी टीम्स हैं वहाँ पे ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट पे भी, उनके भी अपने टारगेट्स हैं, उनके भी अपने एक बैंडविड्थ है कि कितने ब्रांड्स में ऑनबोर्ड ले सकते हैं एक बारी में या एक क्वार्टर में. उनके पास भी जो
ज़्यादा नहीं ले सकते.
हाँ, तो उनके पास भी लिमिटेड विंडो होती है हर क्वार्टर में कि वो एक कैटेगरी में, एक पर्टिकुलर कैटेगरी में कितने ब्रांड ले सकते हैं. सो देयर लॉट ऑफ ब्रांड्स आई हैव प्रपोज्ड एंड दे रिजेक्टेड. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, but it's a process.
There has been brands.
So it is a process and follow with them. Okay. And you need to keep trying and keep following up with them.
Correct.
And that's how you can get a brand onboarded. पहले तो हमारा जो पेनिट्रेशन लेवल है इंटरनेट का इंडिया में इट इज अराउंड 52%. ओके. सो सिर्फ 52% जनरली ऑनलाइन खरीद रहे हैं, राइट. ऑनलाइन का हमारा जो ई कॉमर्स मार्केट है, टोटल रिटेल मार्केट का सिर्फ 8% इंडिया में. सो इमेजिन द काइंड ऑफ गैप वी हैव एंड हाउ इट विल ग्रो. सो आने वाले टाइम में व्हाट वी एक्सपेक्टिंग फॉर द 4-5 years इज जो हमारा ई कॉमर्स रिटेल है वो करीब 14-15% तक पहुंच जाएगा इंडिया में. करंटली हम करीब $80 billion का बिजनेस कर रहे हैं इंडिया में ई कॉमर्स का, which is be around $10-15 billion another 5 years. So imagine the kind of business volume हम लोग कर सकते हैं. So whoever comes with us, on board with us, get this on board with this train actually. So the brands will be doing good business in India another 5 years. And the buzzword is now omni-channel. The brand has to be present both offline and offline. Yeah,
correct. And before this interview, we mentioned that there are many other websites which we don't know globally also and within India.
So I'll tell you. So we are just limited to all these popular e-commerce websites, but there are a lot of other in India. There are a lot of other websites which sell good fashion apparel, luxury apparel, jewelry, men's, women's accessories. So there are few websites like Pernia pop-up shop, Ikiwi, Aza, Goan. So these are the websites who specialize in selling designer wares, luxury apparel, luxury accessories, jewelries. So any brand who intends to sell online, please get in touch with us and we can help them onboard these websites. Then my company is also targeting a lot of international markets. So one of the biggest websites in Southeast Asia is Zalora, which is very popular website in countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan. Then Lazada is there. Then Shift and Pick is there in Singapore. Then JD Central is there in Thailand.
तो JD Central I know. So I have heard that.
हाँ,
एक यही सुना है, बाकी आप
तो हम लोग इन सब मार्केट प्लेसेस पे भी gradually we are trying to register ourselves and we are doing trying to register a few brands there also.
तो उसमें कैसे होता है, फिर शिपिंग कैसे होती है इंडिया से?
So there are a lot of shipping companies which have popped up in India, who can ship your product internationally also. Plus there are a lot of companies who give you warehousing facilities in Hong Kong or Singapore or Thailand, and then they fulfill the e-commerce orders there. So you keep an inventory there, and then from there the products will be supplied. Pickup dropship model will be there with the website, and they'll pick the product and ship it to the customer. Since you are reaching out to international markets, Europe market or US market, wherein the average selling price is much higher than what we have in India, obviously you can earn more money there in terms of profitability.
बट आई थिंक कॉस्ट भी बढ़ जाएगा, मतलब कॉस्ट इन द सेंस कि वो वेयर हाउस का
देखिए कॉस्ट इनका बहुत they charge very marginal cost. It's not exorbitant they charge. They charge very basic cost, which is within the reach of the brand, and obviously then they can sell to some international market. So I would suggest all the brands which want to sell internationally, they can get in touch with us. All the apparel brand or Indian brands who have a lot of craftsmanship, or they have some heritage value attached to the products, we can always market them, and these kind of products are good demand worldwide, and they say India as a very potential supplier for these products worldwide.
So then how does normally, let's say 2 साल पहले कोई डिस्काउंट कर करके माल बेच रहा था, मार्जिन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी नहीं कमा रहा था, पैसा नहीं कमा रहा था, so how do you think that people will start earning money now, because एक बार कस्टमर को आदत पड़ जाए डिस्काउंट की, then it is difficult to get them back to a normal scenario?
देखिए वही मैं आपको पहले बता रहा हूँ, अब जो ट्रेंड है, इट्स नॉट मोर ऑन डिस्काउंटिंग, इट्स ऑन द प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी, प्रोडक्ट फीचर्स, हाउ वेल यू डिस्प्ले द प्रोडक्ट, वो ब्रांड ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं.
तो मतलब प्रोडक्ट चाहे जितना भी अच्छा हो, बट कैसे आप दिखा रहे हो, कैसे बेच रहे हो, that is more
So that's what I'm saying. What earlier retailers have done is, जो जिन्होंने initially ऑनलाइन काम करना शुरू किया था, उन्होंने, if I say, I mean, they have really made the perceived value of a 10,000 rupees product very bad. So or they have made a perceived value of 500 rupees product say very high. Which doesn't make actual sense actually.
So I was saying, तो like Amazon पे मैंने कई बार देखा है, like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 का सनग्लास है, उसकी फोटो इतनी बेकार सी लगी हुई है, एक्चुअल में इट इज वेरी गुड, और 1,000 रुपए वाला कोई चश्मा कोई इतनी बढ़िया फोटो डाली हुई है, देखने में ऐसा लगता है कि वो 10,000.
एग्जैक्टली. तो अभी जैसे अब ये जो जितनी नई वेबसाइट्स हैं, ये सब ई-कॉमर्स, जितने अब ये सारे मार्केट प्लेसेस हैं, दे हैव रियली सेट गाइडलाइंस कि आपको इतने एंगल प्रोडक्ट के आपको लगाने हैं, इमेजेस, ये कंटेंट आपका जरूरी है. उससे एक हाइजीन लेवल बहुत अच्छा बनता है ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स पे, एक सिमेट्री बनती है. प्लस आई मीन द अल्टीमेट एम फॉर अस और फॉर एवरीवन इज टू गिव अ कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस. अगर कस्टमर को एक्सपीरियंस नहीं मिलेगा प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, तो वो वैसे ही परसीव अच्छा नहीं करेगा. तो इफ यू गिव हिम अ कस्टमर, आई मीन गुड कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस, ऑब्वियसली ही विल परसीव गुड अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट. तो देखिए, अगर आप कोई भी ब्रांड अपना करना चाहता है डायरेक्टली ई-कॉमर्स पे, या खुद का अपना ई-कॉमर्स वेबसाइट पे अपनी वेबसाइट बना के, प्लीज फर्स्ट ट्रस्ट योर प्रोडक्ट, लव इट, पैशनेटली उसके लिए काम कीजिए, और एक हाइजीन लेवल अपना बना के चलिए प्रोडक्ट का. दैट आप जो दिखा रहे हैं, दैट शुड बी द बेस्ट कंटेंट. उससे कंटेंट से बेटर, वो कंटेंट से बेटर कोई नहीं कर सकता. वो कंटेंट में आपका प्रोडक्ट का डिस्क्रिप्शन आता है, प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आता है, प्रोडक्ट की इमेजेस आती हैं, प्रोडक्ट की पैकेजिंग आती है. ये सारी चीजें हैं जो आप जितना अच्छा दिखा सकते हो उतना अच्छा दिखाइए. देन ओनली यू कैन रियली हिट हाई ऑन द ई-कॉमर्स सेगमेंट.